The aviation sector after being battered by the impact of COVID-19 pandemic. Nigeria air travels to Nigeria. The sector finally has a bailout from the federal government to the tune of 4 billion naira. The question is this enough to support the sector and keep the airlines in the air? Also, some operators have expressed displeasure over the sharing formula adopted for the distribution of 4 billion aviation bailout funds, saying it's skewed in favor of a few airlines. Reportedly, Airpeace, Azman, Arik Air, Aero Contractors, Overland, and Dana Air had been listed as the biggest beneficiaries. So let's delve further into, or let's fly with the CEO of Airpeace, Allen Onyema. Good morning. It's good to have you on the show.
Good morning.
Thank you. This is 4 billion naira bailout on the table for your sector, commercial aviation sector. Some says it was a drop in the ocean. But from your perspective, how much of an impact do you think 4 billion naira will make?
Well, first and foremost, we are very grateful to the federal government of Nigeria for even giving us anything in the first place. It's not by force. Yes, it is true that so many other countries gave out larger sums of bailout funds, but the federal government, through the Central Bank of Nigeria, afforded the airlines loans at single-digit interest, ratio. That's at 5%. So we should be grateful to the federal government for doing that. A lot of people are not hearing that the federal government, through the Central Bank of Nigeria, allowed us to access loans for the first time, having a single-digit interest facility. So, that is very, very helpful. Now, on the 4 billion grant given to us, that is no loan. It's meant to be shared by the aviation community. However, the question is 4 billion enough, or is it not enough? The truth is, even if you give each and every one of the airlines 10 billion naira, I bet you it will not be enough if certain aviation infrastructures or enablers are absent. For example, if you are given 10 billion naira as an airline, just you alone, yet you have to pay custom duties on the importation of aircraft. You have to pay VAT on the importation of aircraft. You have to pay duties on the importation of aircraft spares, engines. You have to pay VAT on all of them. You have to pay VAT on air transport tickets. The 10 billion will not even last the next 2 months. So the most important thing airlines are asking for is to have those enablers, to create the enabling environment for aviation to thrive. And at this juncture, I must thank the Honorable Minister of Aviation, Senator Hadi Sirika, for what he has done in aviation so far. Myself and the President, I'm the Vice President of AON, myself and the President, Dr. Abdul Munaf of Azman, led by the Minister, we achieved something that has never been achieved in the 50 years of aviation in Nigeria. For the first time, it has now been passed into law. The waiver, the zero duty waiver, complete waiver on import duties and VAT on imported aircraft and aircraft spares, on air transport fares, once has been passed into law. This is a permanent feature now. We do not have to depend on the whims and caprices of whoever is the Director General of the Customs or whoever in charge of FIRS to thrive. So I thank the federal government, I thank the President for signing into law this particular bill engineered by us. These are the things we should be looking at. These are the things we should be celebrating, not 4 billion. 4 billion, yes, is not enough for all the 35 or so airlines put together. One single engine of Airpeace 777 is about 10.2 billion, about $10.2 million. One single engine, we bought one recently. That is over 5 billion. An engine. I'm not talking about an aircraft, just one engine. So now all the airlines are having 4 billion naira to share. It's not going to be enough, but we are very appreciative. It will go a long way to helping us to solve some of our problems. Like I said before, the federal government has done something wonderful by signing into law this complete waiver on import duties. That will now help the airlines. We're also fighting on the charges. The day we get those ones implemented, then of course it will be an ihuru for everybody. But on the allegations of the sharing of the 4 billion, for goodness sake, AON is not the owner of the money. The federal government is the owner of the money. The owner determines how he wants to disburse his funds. All over the world, there are parameters, there are criteria for disbursing funds. It is not based on the whims and caprices of anyone. It does not depend on the AON. There's a committee set up by the federal government. That committee worked with a template given to it by the federal government. First of all, why did the government release 4 billion? Government was targeting only salaries going forward. The money is meant for the workforce of these airlines. And the Minister of Finance made it clear, even on the floor of National Assembly, that the 4 billion was for the payment to enable the airlines pay salaries. It's not even for most of the other things people are talking about. So now the government came out with that. We need every airline to bring forward your payroll from January to March. So they want to know the airlines that are in operation between January and March. It's not post-COVID now, but those who we want to see your workforce, we want to see your staff strength, and you must back it up with bank evidence of how many people you've been paying between January and March. So it does not depend on anybody just saying whatever they want to say. However you do anything, there are people who are bound to complain. So the government was very transparent on that, and everybody knew that. Everybody in the aviation industry knew that. So, for example, some people brought staff strength that they could not defend.
Okay.
Enabling the NCAA to now produce the technical strength of every airline, because the NCAA has those data. If you say you have 10,000 staff, the NCAA will go back and say, okay, let us have, because your engineers are licensed, your pilots are licensed, they go back and produce the technical staff of every airline. So things are done in accordance with the strength of each airline. No airline was cheated. For example, if the government allocated 10 naira or 10,000 naira to a staff, it is 10,000 naira to all the staff of every airline. So if you have, for example, if APS has 10 staff, it will become 10,000 naira times 10, 100,000. If another airline has 5 staff, it becomes 10,000 naira times 5. It's so very transparent. So I don't know why some people are pointing accusing fingers on their representatives on the committee. They're just mere representatives. They have nothing to do with the template. The template was issued by the federal government.
We appreciate those clarity from being an industry operator or someone on the inside. Thank you very much for those clarifications. How much has your industry lost due to the pandemic? How have the operators been battling with the foreign exchange scarcity in the country?
You see, we all know that aviation is the worst hit worldwide. It's one industry that has suffered most. And the truth is the loss is very, very unquantifiable. For example, let me give you, around Christmas, between November and December, you notice a price spike upwards. You notice that a lot of people didn't have planes to fly. There was dearth of aircraft in the country. What caused it was because of the pandemic. Let me give you an example so that the viewers will understand what I'm talking about. In November 2019, Air Peace, for instance, sent out 3 of its aircraft for C-check abroad, C-check maintenance. Those planes were supposed to come back within 1 month or at most 45 days. So we expected, when we sent this aircraft out in November, we expected them to come back by December. But the truth is that this pandemic had set in abroad. Nigerians only knew about the pandemic in January, February. It has started in 2019 abroad. So their workforce was depleted. They were not working on these planes when they were supposed to work on them. So our planes couldn't be delivered. Now, the other when we entered 2020, in January 2020, the pandemic has set into the country. We went on lockdown in March, but before the lockdown, so many of the European countries where we maintained these planes and America had gone on lockdown. So they were not working on planes. Meanwhile, the other aircraft that were here started also getting close to C-check, because the Nigerian C-check regime is governed by calendar. It means that if you bring in a brand new plane today into this country, the following money to start counting. 18 months down the line, you must take that plane out for C-check, whether you use it or you don't use it. So those other planes that we are performing down here now became due. As I talk to you, by August 2020, about 20 planes belonging to Air Peace had become due. Yet, we took them abroad, nobody to work on them. That was why you saw scarcity of airplanes flying. So the loss is unquantifiable.
And ticket prices also soar. Explain it all.
Because of dollar. When you buy dollar at the rate of 500 or 510 or 485, what do you expect? Nobody manufactures anything on the aircraft in Nigeria.
Even the dollar itself is not manufactured in Nigeria. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Allen Onyema of Air Peace.